If you've been watching the Eagles this year, you may have noticed that Jalen Hurts is turning the ball over way too much. Back in 2022, the Eagles were rolling, clearly the best team in the NFL other than on the Super Bowl. And this was largely due to the fact that Jalen Hurts was absolutely amazing. Through 15 games, he only had 6 turnovers, and to make it even more impressive, according to PFF, he only had 12 turnover-worthy plays. So that would mean like if he throws the ball to a defender and then they drop it, that would count. So he only had 12 of those all year. But this year, on the other hand, he already has 11 turnover-worthy plays through 7 games. When looking at actual turnovers, you may not be surprised that Jalen Hurts does not lead the league. It is actually Desmond Ridder of the Atlanta Falcons with 11. But Jalen Hurts is number 2. And Jalen does lead the league in interceptions with 8. And if you push it out, the 8 interceptions through 7 games to the whole season, he'll throw in between 19 and 20 interceptions, which is way more than Dak had when everybody was making fun of Dak last year. So in today's video, I'm going to look at each of these interceptions and break down why they happened. So I've kind of made them into 3 categories. The first category is either bad luck or a good defensive play. To start it off, this interception against the New York Jets was totally not Jalen's fault. And I didn't even think it should be an interception. I thought it should be a fumble, because Goddard clearly catches the ball, he makes a few steps, he's hit, and then the defense catches the ball. It's not Jalen's fault at all. So this one, it does happen. It does technically count as an interception, but blame's not on Jalen. The next one is against the Dolphins. The defensive lineman does a good job getting his hands up and deflecting the ball, which is on Jalen for allowing this to happen. But then another Dolphins defender catches the deflection. These things kind of happen a few times throughout the year, and it just seems that it's happening a little more often for the Eagles this year. The third interception that is a little unlucky / is a good defensive play is another one against the Jets, where Jalen gets his arm hit as he's throwing. Now, Jalen should have had better pocket presence. He should have got the ball out quicker. And ultimately, this, at least out of these first 3, is the most on him. But it's not like he was reading the defense wrong, and it's not like he made a terrible throw. And then this 4th interception against the Bucs was just an absolutely incredible interception. I think the throw was decent, and I actually think that Smith could have done a better job trying to get the ball. But the defender actually catching it was just a fantastic play. And as far as interceptions go, I guess if it puts them down at the 1, it's not as bad as any other interception, especially since they got a safety. The second category is just bad throws. So not necessarily a bad read, not necessarily a good defensive play, but just a bad throw. In this first one against the Buccaneers, the wide receiver is open, and quite simply, Jalen Hurts just doesn't throw it to him. This could very well be due to miscommunication. Jalen could have thought he was going left and he goes right. So not 100% on him, but assuming that their communication was solid, it would have been. But one way or another, Jalen throws the ball right to a defender. And then in this interception against the Rams, once again, just another bad throw. If he would have thrown it a little further, I think AJ could have caught the ball. I also think AJ could have done a little more to try to stop the guy from intercepting it, but it wasn't a great interception. It kind of just came right to him. If you've made it this far into the video, please consider liking and subscribing, but back to the video. The third category is absolutely terrible reads, terrible throws, just the worst interceptions you can do. So the first one was against the Jets, probably what just comes up to your mind, where he throws it straight to a defender and loses the Eagles the game. And then against the Vikings, Jalen also throws it into double coverage and just throws it where he shouldn't be throwing it, especially since there's other people wide open in this play. So overall, he has 4 that I consider either unlucky or very good defensive plays. He has 2 bad throws / miscommunication, and then he has 2 terrible reads, terrible passes. So you would have to think that especially some of these like great defensive plays will lessen throughout the year. You're not going to have defenses always make their best plays of their career potentially against your quarterback. But it is concerning to have so many. He is actually on pace to throw as many interceptions this year as he has in the other 3 years he was in the NFL. So his first 3 years he combined for 19. This year he's on pace for 19 and a half. And then looking a little further into these interceptions, when do they happen in the games? So a little concerning to me, most of these either great defensive plays or bad passes are on first down. So you don't even give your offense a chance, it's just first down. You shouldn't be acting desperate because you have several more chances, especially with the explosive wide receivers. You should just be taking what the defense gives you, be comfortable, just get the offense down the field and win. However, I guess on the bright side a little bit, the 2 terrible reads, terrible throws, the worst 2 interceptions, both happened on 3rd and long. So I guess he felt the urgency to make a big play. So he was kind of fitting something in where he knew it didn't fit, but he was going for it. So while I hate it, I guess it's better than on first down. And then how has this impacted the Eagles? So you might know the Eagles are 6-1. If Jalen didn't turn the ball over in this Jets game, they'd be 7-0. The defense has played really well. The running game has played really well. The offensive line has played really well. If Jalen was playing how he was last year, they would easily be 7-0. But even with him not at the best, he's still playing well. He's still a top 10 quarterback. The offense is still getting 26 points per game, even though last year they were getting 28 points per game. I think the future is still super bright for the Eagles. I think they could easily improve as a team. Offense, defense, special teams, everywhere. They have room for improvement. If Brian Johnson, maybe he gets some more play calling under his belt, they get more comfortable together. Jalen gets a little more in sync with his wide receivers, and then they could be the best offense in the NFL once again like they were last year. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.